On 2nd March 2021, that's about 3 months ago, Nigeria received COVAX achieved 3.94 million doses of AstraZeneca vaccine. The COVAX facility for poor and middle-income countries is co-led by Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance, and the World Health Organization, thus WHO, with UNICEF as an implementing partner. The arrival marks a historic step towards the goal to ensure equitable distribution of COVID-19 vaccines globally. All that is history now. Now, from the 15th of March 2021, starting with health workers, more than 1.9 doses have been administered so far. After initial anxiety, some states have covered some distance in the administration of a second dose. However, the situation is not the same across the states. There are some questions coming up now. Is there any cause for alarm? Will the second dose be available for Nigerians who have already got the first dose? What is the implication of not getting it on the stipulated date? Already some people have been given precise dates or specific dates on which they have to take the second dose. These and more questions will be coming up as we take on our guest on this edition of Nigeria Today. This is NTA News 24 coming to you from Abuja. I am Musbad and Wahab. I will meet my guest in just a moment. Joining me is in this conversation on COVID-19 vaccine updates is Dr. Iwat Ndayo, Acting Executive Secretary, Federal Capital Territory Primary Health Care Board, is here with me in the studio. Thanks a lot for joining us, Dr. Iwat.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Abuja.
And also joining us this time via Zoom is the Chairman, Bauchi State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Iwan Mohammed. It's very good to have you, Doctor.
Thank you. Good evening, viewers. You're welcome.
Great. Nice to have you. Now, let's begin with you, Dr. Iwan. Let's have an update of what you've been able to do as far as vaccination is concerned in Bauchi State. Dr. Mohammed, if you can hear me, you need to unmute your mic so that we can hear you.
Yes, are you hearing me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Please tell us what you've been able to do.
On the 13th of March, we started the first dose of COVID-19, and we received 8,570 doses of AstraZeneca vaccines from the National Primary Healthcare. And then we vaccinated about 47,000 individuals, starting with His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Bauchi State, and the wife of the Governor and the Deputy Governor. And all our clergy, the Muslims and the Christians as well, collected the vaccine on that day. As we are going, I want to congratulate and thank the National Primary Healthcare and the leadership of the steering leadership of the steering committee by coming to our aid, telling us that we should stop at the half dose. Because that what actually helped the whole state in Nigeria. It happens in Ghana, they use the whole first dose, they don't have a second dose now. So it was when we reached half, they asked us to actually slow down. We reached 47,000 doses, we gave all our people. Now on the 15th of this month, when after Mr. President, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Vice President took the first dose, we now went ahead to start our flag up in Bauchi here with the Deputy Governor and the Deputy Governor and the wife of the Governor and all the commissioners also took part in the vaccination. We received, we already kept the second dose, and they gave us an additional dose of 24,000 doses to meet up the demand, because people are actually crying and looking for the vaccine. In other states where there is hesitancy in Bauchi, which actually synthesized them, because the Excellency, the Governor took it, and all our healthcare workers, they were hesitant before. They saw that we have taken the vaccines, and when nothing has happened to us, they are not begging us at that time. They say we should stop by half. So when they give us 27,000 doses of the vaccination, we're able to take care of the remaining medical personnel, and then the military. Even the coppers are the one giving us problem right now. With the coppers are in the camp. We wanted to vaccinate all of them. Out of 1,000, only 24 people collected the vaccine. It was really a discussion because of the rumor that is in their brain, the information that is going in the social media that is telling them that the vaccine can cause so, which is all lies. We have taken the first dose. All of us are taking the second dose. Now in Bauchi State, we started the vaccination. Since then, we have done over almost about 78 doses of the COVID-19 vaccination at the second dose now. And we are still doing it now, and we are on. And we are going back to take the second dose. Where we had challenge initially was the issue of the QR code and the synchronization of the QR code, where some of our town would have no linkages, they don't have a good network. They have to come to Bauchi State, actually, to headquarters before we now send the data and synchronize the data. That has really caused a lot of delay in the call-in data and the data with the synchronization to the national data. And it has really given us over 2,000 discrepancy between the national data and the Bauchi State. We are trying to sort out this data.
All right, good to know that you have covered some distance as far as vaccination of second dose. You said 78,000 doses already administered on people across the state, beginning with governor, wife of governor, and some other people and health workers. Did you at any point in time consider the aged?
No, actually, the vaccination was divided actually into first stage, second stage. First stage were the medical personnel and all other. We opened up in Bauchi State. Anybody that wanted, we give him the vaccine. They were crying that the vaccine actually got finished, and then we have started the aged. I'm just telling you that there is one of our strong supporter of this vaccination, the Sheikh Dahiru Bauchi. We were thinking of not giving him because of the age. So finally, he invited us to please come and we should give him the vaccine, which we did. And some of our emirs were all given the vaccination, and most of them are aged. So many people are really coming out. The second dose is actually because we are yet to start full-fledged. Yesterday, we trained our healthcare worker on how to use one app. They brought another app that we have to train them how to send real-time data to the national primary care. So we have trained them, we have sent them to the local government. The local government chairman are going to plug up in their respective local government by tomorrow, so that all other persons will follow. Because the national primary care said we should slow down until when we have all the information for the second dose. Now, one thing that we learned from this training they done recently, rehearsal or repressor training they did, was that somebody will take a vaccine in Abuja, and he's coming to Bauchi, he can take the vaccine in Bauchi. So they even train us how to make sure that we synchronize the data. Whether you're taking the vaccine in Lagos, you're in Bauchi, you can take your second dose anywhere in the country. That was an advantage that we got from the refresher training they did. And then in another vein, the executive director has mandated the IT people in Abuja to make sure that our data are synchronized. Even the one we sent, we are not synchronized by the IT people. We are really not happy. So about 2,000 were still a backlog, which we sent to the ED, to his own people, to please synchronize those data so that we have real 47,000 doses on the ground. So we have covered almost about 97% of our vaccines that was given to us in the first dose. The second dose, I told you, this is 7,000.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Ilwan Mohammed. It's good to know about the training you went through and the data you've been able to collect. Now, let's pause you. I'll return to you in a moment. So I want to talk to Dr. Ewart Ndayo here in the studio with me. Dr. Ndayo, how is it going in the Federal Capital Territory? The FCT is supposed to be a pace setter as far as things like these are concerned.
Absolutely. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you for that question. And I want to congratulate my colleague in Bauchi State. He's done well. And the story in FCT is also very, very gladdening. And I want to put it on record that FCT has come a very long way. It's about strategic leadership. It's about partnership. It's about development and deepening of trust among the people, and then having to roll out the vaccination in a manner that you people that are in need have the access. In FCT, so far we have done well. We have rolled out the second dose vaccination. That was yesterday, 24th, and having successfully done the first dose vaccination. All these ones are happening in the first implementation. And it may be very important to let you know, let our viewers, our listeners know that the FCT had 248,400 doses of the vaccines, and then we have vaccinated over half of that. We are over 105% so far, and that is to say over 131,000 residents of FCT, eligible residents of FCT, have been vaccinated. And the beauty of the whole thing is that there have been no case of blood clots in the brain. I think that is the perfect side of this thing that I have to let people know, that we are not coming out to argue or to put on the table negative publicity or social media hypes on vaccines. We are coming out here to give you the positive aspects of what we have done and what the vaccine stands for. So we can safely say the country we have just mentioned, that over 1.9 million people have been vaccinated. And I'm telling you on good grounds that no single case of brain blood clot has been seen in Nigeria. So we can safely say that vaccinating over 1 million people, 1.9 million people in Nigeria has recorded zero dose or zero incidents of blood clot. So that hype that we're having from European press and all over the social media will not be of essence to us here. And secondly, it is important to also deepen the discussion on partnership. That without partnership with the MPSC, the coordinating authority, partnership with the people, you see, as the ES for Bauchi, or the executive chairman for Bauchi, posited Dr. Riwan, that the first phase had to do with people that are more at risk. So we are looking at frontline health workers and non-health workers working in treatment centers and isolation centers, working in the laboratories, and even the non-health workers that are also cleaners, who are also the ambulance drivers, directly coming in contact with the people that have been diagnosed.
All of those have been vaccinated.
So have been vaccinated. And journalists that are out there, remember that journalists are out there getting this news for us, aside sensitization and mobilizing people to take the vaccine. They are also going out there for the news. Right? I want to take you back to when the press call from the minister's office, FCT minister's office, had to go to the treatment center in Asokoro General Hospital. Then they went from bed to bed, interviewing these people. They had to be kitted. They were properly kitted in the personal protective equipment, and it was on the news. So journalists are frontline non-health workers, and their contribution to this vaccination process is immense. And in FCT, we have had very serious and important partnership that we had to go to the
some media houses, you want to say.
Media houses, and then
that's good to know that you have
the FCT,
you have agreed to the fact
council,
that,
and we had vaccination there. So
right.
Second dose, what are we doing differently on second dose? We have learned a lot over time. We have vaccinated since 15th of March that the rollout happened in FCT. Remember that the national flag off was on the 5th of March, and then the president and the vice, they were vaccinated on the 6th. Then on the 8th, we had the test run in national institutions, that is the Jabi staff clinic.
All right, Dr. Ewart, you're going to continue on your thoughts and submission just subsequently in the course of this program. It's good to know that both states have been able to find a way around the anxiety that whether the second dose will be available or not. You took the initiative of administering half the quantity that you have in order to get the second dose. Let's quickly take a break. We'll come back to talk more about these COVID-19 vaccination updates in just a moment. Thanks a lot for being with us on Nigeria Today, and we're still looking at updates on vaccination against COVID-19 across the country. I have with me representative of Bauchi State and that of the FCT. In the studio, let me go back to Dr. Iwan Mohammed in Bauchi. Now, we want to know, you found a way of making sure that second dose of vaccine will be available for those who have already got the first jab. Now, tell us, what will be the implication of not getting the second dose for AstraZeneca, as the case may be? Dr. Mohammed, you need to unmute your mic again.
Okay. If you are really taking the first dose of AstraZeneca, you need to get another second dose of AstraZeneca to complete the dose.
Okay.
And you get 50% of protection with the first dose. Then the second dose will give you another 50% protection. You get 100% protection. And that's what they did in America. When some of them are taking Pfizer and Moderna over there, they remove their mask at that time because they have large number of population were vaccinated. Now, the question we always ask ourselves is that Nigeria is about 200 million people, and we are only able to vaccinate 1.5 million. What have you done now? So now, I just want to appeal to the federal government, which they have already sent a board request for about 29 million doses of Johnson & Johnson, which is okay. And then I want to also appeal on the issue of people who are hesitant in taking the vaccines. The federal government, on their part, are actually giving the board request to the company in America to produce about 29 million doses of this Johnson & Johnson, which is only one dose that's going to be given to Nigeria, which we are going to get it maybe by June or July. We are so happy about that because people will now agree to take it because there is no need for second dose. And then I also want to say we need to step down our risk communication because still there are people who are still thinking that this vaccination has to do with something with the population of Africa and they don't want to take the vaccine. We need to step down our risk communication in all the radio and television and all other media so that to reduce the hesitancy from the community itself. But we're happy we engage the road transport workers, we engage filling stations, we engage banks, central bank, and most of the banks have accepted the vaccine in Bauchi. Where we had problem is the prison, the so-called correctional center. We wrote letters, the National Primary Care Executive Director gave us an order to vaccinate 1,200 inmates. They refused. Up to today, we have not vaccinated these people, and they are at risk in the cell. They refuse to get the vaccination, which is really a problem for us in this kind of risky community. We are happy with the media because they are the one downsizing and reducing the tension about the so-called risk of taking the vaccine. We have not seen any in Bauchi. We have only mild reaction. None has come out with any serious reaction. Will have reported immediately. Now, one man was very ill. He came to be given vaccination. Our staff in one of the local government areas refused to give him the vaccine. Said he must go back and get well, and that was the rule. Those people, the pregnant mothers, are not supposed to be given the vaccination. Children under the age of 18, serious sickness. The next day, this man died. I didn't mean that we are giving him that vaccine. We say it is due to AstraZeneca. Thank God that my staff were trained. Now, on the 23rd, as I said, 2 days ago, we trained our e-registration staff how to take care of the second dose. That is key to us. We have sent them to all back to local government to actually start the work. By tomorrow, as I inform you, all the local government chairmen are going to plug up in their local government, respective local government, and then the second dose will be rolled out to all the people in those people, and they must come with their card. And within the card, we are going to scan the card again and send the second dose within that card, and that is important. And we also reach to the pilgrims. The Muslim pilgrims, they require space and second dose before they attend the pilgrimage. And the Christian pilgrimage also were attended. Initially, they were hesitant. So just yesterday, we started the Christian pilgrimage, which we have vaccinated about 170 intending pilgrimage under the order going to Jerusalem. So
okay, Dr. Iwan Mohammed, you've really gone far with your vaccination and, of course, the second dose that you have started. Now, you have preempted me about the percentage of Nigerians who have been able to get this vaccination, 1.5 out of about 200 million people across this country. Now, Dr. Iwotundayo, I'm coming to you. Already, Dr. Iwanu talked about expectation of more supplies from Johnson. Now, with more countries having third wave of COVID-19, particularly UK, the US and even India are parts of the manufacturers of AstraZeneca. What do you think Nigeria should look up to now for vaccination for more supplies?
Okay, thank you so much. The case of India is very clear, and it is in the marketplace. Everybody knows what is happening in India, and we got our doses of AstraZeneca from India. And so to say that we have got to try other available vaccines, recommended vaccines by WHO, and that is where the Johnson & Johnson comes in now. So Nigeria is being proactive. We are being guided by strategic reasoning, and we don't want to go the other way. So in as much as we have other countries producing the vaccines, and they are not having these waves the way India is having. India has already shut down, supplies to other countries.
Yeah.
So Johnson & Johnson is the way to go. So I agree with Dr. Iwan of Bauchi State that absolutely we may be looking at the way of Johnson, and that may come soon. Yes.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Ndayo. Now, Dr. Irwan Mohammed, people who have already taken vaccination, or even those who are yet to get vaccinated at all, they are relaxing the non-pharmaceutical protocol of wearing face mask, hand wash, or even some other common measures. What about that? And now, people also say after getting vaccination, they are not supposed to be wearing masks again. After getting the second dose, what will be the situation? Are they still supposed to be wearing masks? Since you say the second dose will make them 100% vaccinated.
Actually, what the National NCDC in America did, after about 65% of America received the doses of the whether Moderna or Pfizer, that is the one they're using in America.
Yeah.
They asked them to stop wearing masks except in public places.
Okay.
You are a train, whether there's wedding ceremony, whether they are going to club, whether they are going to other places where they meet and in gathering in number. So that's the only time they can wear their masks. When they are together, they are few in number. After taking the second dose, they are sure that you can see the rate of infection in America has dropped down because the vaccination has taken off. In India, where they are producing the AstraZeneca, they are producing the AstraZeneca. The Cobas facility bought the vaccine from the Indian company, which they sent to Africa, and they supported by UNICEF, WHO, and Gavi. This is what the Cobas facility. Now they cannot give us the vaccine because they are having higher mortality in the world, higher new infection in the world. So now the use of non-pharmaceutical should still go on. Non-pharmaceutical medicine should still wear masks, wear hand gloves, and then we should also have social distance. Now I'm happy that the National Task Force has already imposed the sanction between 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the morning. Those who are going to clubs, those who are watching football match, and that is helping us. Those football match usually finish around 12. All the football match in the country, when they are watching in crowd, usually ended by 12 o'clock. So it's only those who are going to club and other things that this new measures and tax will affect them. And I'm happy also that during the Salah celebration, you can see what has happened. People were not wearing masks, and then we are expected that new infection can arise, but we have not got any up to now. Even in Bauchi, over 1 month today, we have taken sample, but we are not actively going to community. But no case of COVID-19 in Bauchi for 1 month now. Not even one case. We are taking a sample, but they are in a passive way, not active.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Irwan Mohammed. Let me quickly take the closing thoughts of Dr. Irwan Ndayo in the studio. Now, what would be your words to those who have not even got the first jab at all? And okay, let me hear from you first.
Okay, thank you so much. Absolutely, it is very unfortunate that we have such attitude, still in our midst. You need at least 7 out of 10 people in every location to be vaccinated to have the herd immunity. That is the community immunity that should be able to protect everybody living in that place. So we are starting now, and by the end of this year, we expect to vaccinate 40% of the population of this country. That is, at least 85 million people should be vaccinated.
Okay, do you still take sampling, by the way? Do you still take sample of people? Are you still conducting tests?
Yeah, we are doing tests. Oh, definitely. Have you not been seeing the post? We are doing tests in FCT, And I believe across the country, test is being done. If you go to NCDC site, you will see the update, daily update. It's still going on there. And but what we should be asking now is that are people coming out to be tested? Are people coming? So we still need to do more. We need to decentralize the testing, particularly collection of samples. We have to go out to the periphery and get people to be tested, because as we are speaking now, if you don't test, you don't know those that have the disease. And the respiratory, my closing remarks will be like the respiratory and hand hygiene must continue in this country, that we have just started vaccinating people. We have not gotten even close to the herd immunity threshold, that is 70% minimum. So people should keep on observing this. And God being with us, we are going to overcome.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ewart Ndayo. As an ambassador of WASH, I have to say that hand washing is not only for COVID-19, it has to continue at all times.
Yes.
It also serves
against
other diseases.
Yes.
On that note, we end the program, but I have to say very big thank you to Dr. Ridwan Mohammed, Chairman, Bauchi State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, who joined us via Zoom.
Thank you very much, NTA. Thank you, Nigerian.
All right, and also in the studio, Dr. Ewart Ndayo, Acting Executive Secretary, Federal Capital Territory Primary Healthcare Board. We appreciate your time.
Appreciate you more. Thank you so much for the listenership. God bless you all.
All right, that's it on Nigeria Today. The program continues and returns tomorrow, same time, 7:30 in the evening.